Hello. Hey, and welcome to this video. Today I want to talk about a really important topic that comes up with many people, and it came up in my 6-week group, Midlife Reset, that is going on right now. And the women are doing amazing, absolutely amazing. And what it is about what do you do when the people around you don't eat healthy or don't want to change, and they're not really actually interested in what you're doing, and maybe they even might want to sabotage you. Right? Because that can happen. It sucks. So I've been through this, and hi, Liz. And what it really comes down to is we can't change other people, right? We can't change other people. And there's always going to be people that want to do their own thing. So when you begin to start eating healthy, when you say, you know what, I'm going to change my life, and in any way, right? In any way. Anyway, this can also be if you start like doing more personal development and self-help within, and you start changing as a person, and the people you are around aren't changing, and they're staying in their old habits, behaviors, and who they are, and you want to change, and so they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you being who you are? This can happen when you start to eat healthy too. You want to make changes. You bring different food into the house, and it's hard when you want to go to restaurants. So your friends or your spouse or whatever says, let's go here. This is where we always go. We love this food, and it's like fatty foods, whatever. And you're like, no, I'm making changes, because that can cause like a little bit of tension between you guys. And even at home, if the people in your life that maybe that you're living with start bringing in the crappy food, the foods that, they like the chips in the house. They like the flavored tortilla chips. They may like the cookies and the candy. And then it gets in front of your face, and the cheese and the breads, and it's in front of your face. And you're like, oh my God, I'm trying to change what I eat, but this is here. Well, again, it's always within you, right? So I really want you to realize that it's not them. You don't need to change them. Well, you can't. The more we try to change people, the more they push away, right? The more they rebel. You don't want to be changed. You don't want someone to try and force you to go back to, even though they may be doing that, old habits and behaviors. So don't try to force them. And the best thing you can do is decide why you're doing this, right? Like, I'm choosing to make these changes in my life. I'm choosing a healthier lifestyle. I'm choosing to eat healthy. I'm choosing to live my life healthy now, and I want to be healthy in the future because. So it really comes down to also discovering your why, really having your why, and not just believing, oh, healthy eating doesn't really work anyways. I haven't lost the weight, or it doesn't matter what I do because I still feel the same. Or I can eat lots of cheese and I don't feel any worse, right? So obviously cheese must not bother me. Things like that I've definitely heard people say. Well, bread doesn't bother me. I can eat bread. Or what do I eat if I can't eat bread? This is stupid. I'm not going to just eat vegetables, right? All of these things. The people around us might say to you, like, what's wrong? Why are you doing that? So-and-so died of cancer and they were healthy. I hate that one. That really irritates me. And people use those things. It's like, because it's also a trigger for them. They're seeing you make positive changes, and they're like, it's kind of like they're taking it on, like saying, oh, then she's judging me because she's thinking I should also make healthy changes, right? Or they're thinking you're triggering them because you're like, they know inside that they should make changes, but they're not ready. So when they see you, it just makes them feel bad about themselves. That's so much what's going on. So the best thing you can do is just let go, release what they think. Don't care what they say, which can be hard, but you got to get to that point, because you can't let other people determine what you do with your life, therefore affecting your health and wellness, right? I mean, I know we let people, their stress level affects us, their worry, their anxiousness, their fear, their anger. So many women let that affect them. Women tend to be more sensitive, so they take in other people's energy. And women also tend to have this caregiving thing. I want to do my best. I want to be a good person. We're always told, put others first before yourself. You're selfish if you put yourself first. Think of others. You got to take care of others. You wouldn't want to hurt their feelings. You wouldn't want to make them feel bad. Just do what they say. Don't be such on and on and on. I mean, I can go on and on about that. So as women, we're just used to complying, not saying much, especially if you're somebody who is more sensitive and you're like, you want to keep the peace, then for you, keeping the peace is the most important thing. So you're going to always give in yourself. When you're around someone who's stronger, like more of a stronger energy, you're going to continually give in to yourself. And my big theory about this one is a lot of women that tend to do that actually end up with cancers. And this is something that I've seen. There's also a book, I think it's called Type C. You know, some people are Type A, some people are Type B behavior. They Type C. So those people are the ones that, women are the ones that tend to get cancer. And it's pretty interesting. You can look into that. Constantly giving in, denial of self, low self-worth, as in, okay, you're more important, so I'm going to do as you say. I'm going to keep the peace. I'm going to make sure you're feeling good, even though I feel bad every single day because I know I'm not taking the best care of me, right? So I want you to check in with this. Like, what are you thinking when you end up giving in to other people? Hi, Sherry. How are you? Watch from the beginning because I already said a lot of good stuff. Like, what are you saying when you feel like you need to give in and just follow what they're doing? Often it's because I just got to keep the peace. I don't want to argue with them. I don't want them to feel bad. I don't want to make them to think I'm a terrible person. You're actually judging yourself. If I do this, if I stand up and decide, no, I'm not going to eat that food. I'm only going to eat this food so you guys can do what you want. Then your thought in your head is they're going to think I'm a bitch. They're going to think I'm a bad person. They're going to get mad at me. That's going to make them uncomfortable, right? It's actually making you uncomfortable because they're uncomfortable. So it's kind of like you got to get comfortable with their uncomfort, but they're being uncomfortable. So the situation between you guys is going to be uncomfortable for a little while, but you need to decide what's more important, your health, why you're doing this for yourself, or keeping things good with the other person. And when I say keep things good with the other person or people, it means you're the one who's always giving in. If you're giving in, saying, oh, you're right. Okay, we'll just go to that restaurant. That's okay. I'll just find something. Or, oh, you made that tonight. It's okay. I won't have my salad. I'll just have that. No, I don't need to eat like that. I guess I can have this, right? That constant giving in and giving up on yourself. Basically, it's just continually giving up on yourself every day. Saying no to you, saying yes to them. No to you, yes to them. No to you, yes to them. And they're perfectly happy. They are so happy because they get their way all the time. Right? So you need to realize this, that you're just denying yourself over and over again. And all it takes is for you to say, I'm making some changes in my life. You guys don't have to change, right? Like, I'm making changes. You don't have to change. So I'm choosing things because you don't even have to say why. You don't even have to explain it. People over-explain. You're doing it because you want to, because you know what's best for you. You don't need to explain your life away, right? They get to choose what's best for them. They get to live their best life. They get to eat the way they want to eat. They get to do what they want to do. You get to do what you want to do and what you eat and what you believe is best for you, especially when you're doing what's best for you, right? And if you're taking care of people, right? Like if you have an aging parent or if you have kids that you're still taking care of or grandkids, whatever. Oh my God, it's even more important that you take care of yourself, right? That you be healthy. And denying yourself healthy food is not going to make you healthy, right? Giving in to other people all the time and emotionally inside being pissed off and resentful and not happy is not making you happy, because health is body, mind, soul. It's the emotional health, the spiritual health, your physical health, right? So you really got to stand up. You got to stand strong in who you are. And you got to decide, I'm doing this for me. And this is why. You need to know why. They don't need to know why. If you want to tell them, tell them. But you are the one that really needs to know why. If you're doing it just because you want to lose 5 pounds, just because you want to lose 30 pounds, and that's all that's behind it, you can be easily swayed. All someone has to say to you is, you've been eating healthy and you haven't lost a pound, so why are you still eating healthy? Bang. Right? You'll go right back to eating those other foods. So you got to know why. You got to know why you're doing this. You got to be strong in why you're doing this. You got to realize that it's because of your health. It's because of your life. It's how you want to live your life. It's how you don't want to live your life, right? Like if I look ahead in the future and if I'm like, well, I mean, I'm just the person who eats healthy. That's my identity anyways. But if for someone it's like, okay, let's say you're 85, you probably wouldn't even make it to 85 if you have a really unhealthy diet, tell you the truth. But Do you want to live your last few years suffering, like really suffering with health problems, being immobile, completely dependent on other people, not really having any kind of quality of life, suffering, being on medication, being hugely overweight, toxic body, feeling horrible, feeling exhausted, bloated, tired, all of that, right? That's not the way I want to live. And I've just decided that. And you get to decide that. And the people around you who are not willing to change or eat healthy like that, they're just who they are. You don't have to convince them. They may change, and most likely they will. When you make those positive changes and you don't try to force them, they will watch you, they will see you change, and you stay happy in that change, knowing that it's best for you, and enjoy the change and enjoy the process. They will see that, and they will most likely change. Every single person that's been in my life around me has changed their eating. I have not tried to force it. It doesn't mean they're like that always. It doesn't mean I'm not even perfect all the time. I still have French fries. I still have ciders. I still go out and eat whatever I want, right? I can't eat gluten and I can't have certain things. So of course I have to watch what I eat. But, I make my choices, right? If I want to go out and have French fries, I go out and have French fries. If I want to go out and have a salad, I'll go out and have a salad. Most of the time I eat really good at home. I crave healthy food. I love healthy food. There's a reason why I eat healthy food. Why? What are your reasons, right? What are you choosing? You're not like so many people walk around and are like, I have no control, right? So if you feel you have no control over so many things in your life, then you probably have somehow that you don't believe that you can actually be the one who's in control of your eating, and you think that other people continually determine. Because I was at a conference, so all they had was unhealthy food. My husband doesn't like healthy food, so he buys this, and so it's around our house, so we have to eat this. My kids, there's no way. They're constantly complaining. They only want to eat this food. They won't eat vegetables. They won't eat things. I buy healthy food, but it goes bad in the fridge. I don't have time to make it. Like all these excuses. I've heard them all. Right? We all have the same number of hours in the day. I also known, well, for me too, and I've worked 2 jobs before. I was a single mom for years of working full time, going to the gym plus eating healthy. I've done it when my dad was dying. I've done it when my daughter was in big trouble and I was there helping her, and it was extremely stressful. And the worst part, it's such a hard time in my life. I still ate healthy. I've been in an airport when there's nothing good to eat, but that's only one day. You can go to a wedding. That's only one day. You can go to an anniversary party and eat whatever they have. That's only one day. That is not an excuse for why you eat unhealthy for the rest of the time, right? So I just want you to realize, right? The people around you may be on a certain path, but you don't have to be on that path yourself. Yes, they may make it hard for you, but then you get to be the person who stands up with confidence, certainty, digging into why you're doing it for yourself, knowing that you deserve it. So maybe that's a path you need to learn. Maybe that's a lesson you need to learn. If you have people in your life that are actually really giving you a hard time for these changes, or who you believe are making it hard for you to change, and that's your belief because you're allowing that, then that's a lesson you have to learn. How can I handle this situation in my life? Like, ask for guidance, right? It's something you're meant to learn because you're going through it. Life happens for you so that you learn these things. You're supposed to go through the hard times. Those are the things you're supposed to overcome. So when something hard comes in your life, as you see is hard or challenging, that's just a lesson you're meant to live through in this life, and you're meant to overcome. If you give up, you're just going to get that lesson again. And we've all heard that, right? If you don't learn your lesson this time, it's going to happen to you over and over and over again. Like somebody who's had a boyfriend who didn't treat them well. If they don't learn to stand up for themselves, their next boyfriend's going to be the same. Then their next husband or boyfriend's going to be the same, right? So it's time, if you have that situation where you believe there's your job, the people in your life, or something's preventing you or stopping you or making it really hard for you to take really good care of yourself, that's because you're not paying attention to you. It's actually you. You're the one who's letting it happen. You're the one who's believing that's the way it is. You're the one who's continuing to live the life so that that is the way it is. You're the one who's created it, right? So it's time to get real Take responsibility for your life. Be empowered instead of feeling powerless, because feeling powerless and feeling stuck, well, that's going to get you nowhere. That's going to get you nowhere. So instead of saying there's nothing I can do, there's absolutely nothing, this person's making this happen, it's because of them, now this situation happened in my life and there's just no way, that's victim. That's being powerless. That's being powerless. You're not powerless. So your lesson in life then is to learn how to be empowered, to take your power back, to be who you are, to do what you want, to do it for you. Oh my God, I can't even think. Don't you think that being a healthy role model, like somebody who takes really good care of themselves, eats healthy, is vibrant, exercises, feels good, is happy, smiles a lot, loves people, love themselves, that's the type of person that inspires other people. That's the type of person that people love to be around. So choose that. All right. I hope that helps for anybody out there who may be having problems or have been dealing with that in their life. And oh yeah, another thing, just real quick, because this sometimes comes up as a question. What do I do when I go to a restaurant and the people around me are eating certain foods and I go to order, let's say a salad or something, and they start bugging me and laughing at me. Again, that always kills me. They're triggered because they're feeling bad, because they're like, oh my God, I should eat that too. And I'm not, but I don't want to. So I'm going to make her feel bad for choosing that. That's their problem, not yours. That's their problem, not yours. And you're feeling bad because you're taking on their judgment, because you're judging yourself for, if I choose this, I'm going to make them feel bad. They're going to feel bad. Oh my God, enough of that already. Right? Stop trying to please everybody else in your life except you. That's what I have to say about that. All you have to say is, you guys get to eat whatever you want. I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm going to eat what I want. That's all I ever say. And it never happens to me because I'm strong in what I believe. They can tell my energy is very strong around being a healthy person and eating healthy. And also when I go out for dinner with friends, sometimes I have French fries. So they know that too. I'll either have something super healthy or I'll have something that won't. It's always a choice. We all get to choose. All right. Have an absolutely amazing night. Take care. Bye-bye.